Can you hear me? Is everybody there? All two of you. Oh, I'm going without a hat today. What do we think? What do we think? Can you hear me? Talk to me, people. Am I on here? Hey, Lauren says, James. Yes. What's going on, Frank Stanford? All's pretty good. Let's see if I can lower this down. If I can figure this out. No, that was the back. We'll get it. It says 0 watching. Where in the hell? Carol Brown, Her Monster Highness, where did you guys come from? I was like nervous, man. I didn't think anybody was going to be watching. Son of a... You gotta be smarter than the chair. Michael Smith, good afternoon to you, my friend. See Cassandra White, Living My Rhapsody. Kyle Dubs in the house. Peggy Brashears. Oh, you're driving and listening to me. That's very cool. Let's see here. Rough Girl Rough. Ocean Mist. I see some familiar names on here. Rough Girl says, love the purple. Man, I do too. I get so many compliments on this thing. And this is a gift. I got this for Christmas from one of you guys. Let's see. Ragnar Giantsbane says, what's up, Dust? How's the reading coming along? It's funny you should mention that, because I was going to say, do you guys remember this? It's been a long time since we've talked about this. Well, look here. I finished the other one. Finished the first one. I'm ready to do the videos that I promised you a long time ago. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I've got to go way back now. So the artist formerly known as Lava Dog. Okay, cool. I know Lava Dog. Mike Bushnell is in the house. There's Cassandra White. You're rereading as well. Very cool, very cool. Frank Stanford says, dude, where is the running back comparison video? Thank the Lord I didn't hold my breath. Would be dead. Yes, you would. And I was actually the other day thinking about that, because I was at work and somebody was trying to talk to me about using Microsoft Excel, and I'm like, dude, I know how to use Excel really well. So opened up my folder and started showing him my sports spreadsheets that I've come up with. Because what I like to do is I like to try to compare people from, it's really, really hard to compare people from different eras. So I try to take into consideration, all of these different factors. And so as I do it, I weight certain things, and I try to extrapolate it into my own rating system. And I've given up on my quarterback list. I mean, damn it. No matter how I try, I cannot keep Tom Brady off the top. So, I mean, the truth is the truth. Stats don't lie. As much as I dislike the guy, Tom Brady's the best ever. But the running back comparison video that I was talking about, now that is That's me comparing running backs to Jim Brown, and that is pretty surprising. So I do look forward. I do look forward to unleashing that, Frank, on my other channel, and so we have a lot to talk about. So I'll kind of circle back to that, Frank, if you don't mind. Let's see who else I see in here. Lady Warrior of the House Tinfoil says smash that like button. That I'd appreciate that. And Others Dawn Tisdale, I'm glad you could make it this week too. And so anyway, I guess I need to get some things. Go ahead and do some housekeeping here. Should I apologize for last week? I don't know. I am drinking wine this week again, but it's Cheerwine. It's a local soft drink. See, it even says it right there, soft drink. And like Sundrop, it was born right here, close to the house. You guys have seen me drink it a million times on Smokescreen's channel, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite soft drink. It's like a cherry soft drink. It's hard to compare it to anything. The closest, let's see if you can hear that. Oh, I love that sound. One thing I noticed about last week, since I'm talking about that, is the fact that every time that I took a drink, I would smack my lips really bad. I didn't realize I did that, and it drove me crazy. So I'd drink and whatever. Anyway, I can't unhear it now that I've rewatched it. But I got a little sentimental. You guys saw I got I did get drunk that night. I drank that whole that whole bottle of wine, and like I told you, I don't drink at all. So I dare anybody. I challenge anybody to not drink. If you know anybody don't drink, get them to drink a whole bottle of wine, film them, and you'll see some things come out in them that they'll get drunk basically. And you see, I'm a sentimental drunk. I really love the part where I was leaning and I was like, "Y'all are my friend. Y'all are my friend, aren't you?" I was like, "Oh God, that was embarrassing." But I did have fun. I had a lot of fun with that. And maybe I'll pop a cork again, or that one actually had a screw-on cap. But I mean, you never know. I think I turned some people off doing that. I did get awfully potty mouth, and I didn't mean to do that. But Mike Bushnell, I drink tears. Yeah, man. Let's see. Yeah, and Doc Holliday says that's why you drink more frequently, and he's right. Because if I drank more frequently, I wouldn't have gotten that drunk off of a bottle of wine. Excuse me, guys. There's Amanda Duncan, and let's see, Ever Curious. So, yeah, last week I battled with this all week. I saw a comment. I don't know if you guys saw the comment that kind of caught me off guard. It was like, James, hate seeing you in this state. You're way drunker than two glasses of wine, and you need help. And I didn't know how to take it, because you never know. I mean, the way somebody says something through text, we all know how that goes. They could have meant it in a different way than I took it, but that hit me really hard. So I wasn't prepared for somebody to take it to that extreme and think that maybe I have a drinking problem or something. It's definitely not the case. But Mike Bushnell says I got drunk last night, made $470 that day, then got my truck stuck, towed 1 foot in 1 minute, cost me $300. Damn, man. Okay, so right below Mike Bushnell's comment, I honestly don't know how to pronounce your name, so please don't be offended. But it says, "Hey James, can you imagine yourself never drinking any of these Sundrop like beverages again?" I can't, I would like to, just for health reasons, not drink them again. But no, I can't imagine it. I was raised on them. I was in, especially on my dad's side of the family. They're smoke screen, kiss my ass. Yeah. Oh man, dude, I don't know if I like this damn beanie look. I don't know, but that's the thing when you're a hat wearer like myself. It's kind of like when a speaker has a podium or something like that. You're more comfortable standing behind a podium than you would be just standing there in front of a crowd. When you're used to kind of a bill, covering this part of your face, you kind of, I don't know, it's like a security blanket or something. So I feel really different tonight, but I just want to change it up. That's what I'm about, man. Anyway, so as far as last week goes, yes, I got drunk. Yes, I had fun. I did. I enjoyed you guys throwing me some crazy curveball questions about sports, about awkward dates, and you know me, I'm without alcohol. I am the king of transparency. I will tell you anything. So anyway, I did in the comments section of that drunk video, we'll call it, I put in there that I put in my 2-week notice. So get ready to see more of this face. And for those of you guys who've been with me before, for a while, you've heard me complain about my job. You have probably heard me talk about putting in my notice before. Well, it just so happens that my boss basically doesn't want me to leave, and he's offering me things, and it's really tempting, but I've made it known that I want to have time. I want to have time to make more videos, because I have people who basically pledge money to me to make videos, and I'm not pulling my end of the bargain, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't like doing that. So what the deal is I get a raise. He's basically going to give me a day off, during the week to film. I'm wondering if he's gonna come through with that. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be out of there. But we've talked about that. I see you guys going back and forth about soft drinks and how they're bad for you and everything, and they do. And Valar Morgulis says pop sucks. Well, when you say pop, that reminds me of my family in the Appalachian Mountains. They live in Ashe County, North Carolina, which is on the very corner, the northwest corner of North Carolina, on the Virginia-Tennessee border. They say pop. And then, through my time working the fair circuit, when you get up in like the West Virginia area, they call it pop. So I'm interested to know where you're from. Legal Jedi says we say pop in Seattle. That's crazy. You know, when I was a kid, I remember there was a commercial, and it was a Shasta commercial, and that was the first time I'd heard it called pop. I don't know if you remember that. I wanna pop, 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 pop. I wanna Shasta. You know, I don't know if you remember that commercial, but that was the early '80s. Um, I don't even know if Shasta's still around, but I do remember that. We basically just call it drinks down here. If you say, you know, if you're going to the store, you know, hey man, will you pick me up a drink? Um, it's just drink. I know that sounds weird. We don't call it soft drink. We don't call it soda. We don't call it pop. We call it a drink. So let's see what people are saying here. Cowdub says, yeah, one of my friends called my turn signal a directional as I was driving, and I turned to her like, what the fuck did you just say to me? Yeah, that is weird. A turn signal, that's what I've always called it, turn signal. I've heard people say blinker, and I think that's weird. Just like I think it's weird when somebody calls a remote control a clicker. Just being a cable guy, you know, you hear that a lot when you go in different people's houses. They're like, you know, the clicker's over there. Fucking clicker. You know, it doesn't click. But, you know, it's so different how different areas of the country say things differently. And I just eat up stuff like that. I'm fascinated by different languages. Her Monster Highness says we say blinker and clicker. See what I mean? And Her Monster Highness is a very cool person. So there you have it. Sarah Proudfit says, I thought a clicker is a thing you use to count crowds. Click, click, click for every person. Yes, yes. And like a strike counter that an umpire would hold. That could be a clicker. So we got it going on now. We got the blinker war going on, blinker and clicker. But seriously, we call it drinks and we say remote control. I'm against abbreviating everything, by the way. I don't know why it bothers me, but it's just another sign that everybody refuses to, stop and smell the damn roses. I mean, do we have to call it KFC? It's Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know what I mean? It's weird. Everything gets abbreviated these days. BK, come on, it's Burger King. But I am Southern, obviously. So I like a slower rate. Donnie Lyons is breaking out some knowledge on us. KFC was due to a lawsuit. Now you're gonna have me Googling shit. Let's see. Celine in the house. Wow. Welcome. That's funny. Legal Jedi says glove box. Yeah. We call it, in the dash. Doc Holliday. Try to smell the roses, but a bee flew up my nose. You know how I was on a little string of telling you guys kind of funny stories of my twisted childhood and being raised poor. I thought of one I'd like to share with you really quick, and then we'll get back to whatever the hell you want to talk about. But something got brought up at work the other day, and I told this story, and I was like, damn, I can't believe I haven't told this on my channel. So Anyway, let's see. I'll bet you I was five, six, let's call it 6 or 7 years old the first time I ever saw a microwave. And it was my buddy's house who they were always the first, to introduce. I saw my first Atari 2600 video game at that house. Saw my first computer at that house, and but I remember the microwave specifically. Everybody in the neighborhood would come over and check it out, and just we would put different things in there and cook and literally stand there by the door watching it, and the mom's going, back away. They say that, that you can get radiation poison from it or whatever. And we don't know about these things yet, if you got a pacemaker, you can't get close to it. So anyway, now that was when I was 7. Okay. We got our first microwave in my house when I was 14 or 15 years old. So we're talking the late 80s at this time. And the way we were able to get it is it was a hand-me-down. It was a hand-me-down microwave that was salvaged from a house fire. Okay. So the front door had melted or been damaged really bad, but it was metal. So somebody had put Bondo on there, the same thing you would put when you're doing body work on a car. They put Bondo on there and sanded it down and tried to make it look okay. But this microwave, it wasn't digital readout. It was a knob that you turned, and it was like kind of like a toaster oven timer. You turn the thing and it tick 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 tick, and it would ding. But here's the problem: it would ding, but it wouldn't cut off. I mean, you had to, it would ding and you had to open the door and then it would stop. So we have this jacked up microwave, and my mom liked to, when she got drunk at some point in the night, in the middle of the night, she would always like to cook on the stove. She's left stuff on the stove and then gone and passed out. And we've had to have, the fire department come because you think the whole house is on fire. I remember one time there was a party at the house, and there were so many people there. I had to sleep out on the front porch. And I was sleeping out there on one of the little love seat, porch furniture type things. And I remember these people come up and shook me. We had a screened in front porch, so they walked in and shook me. Said, "Son, I think your house is on fire." And I woke up and they took me around the corner. I looked, and I mean, it was just blazing smoke. And I ran in and I said, "Man, call 911. I woke somebody up, and I started rounding everybody up in the house to get them outside. My little brother and sister and my grandma. And we got everybody outside. Fire department's there, and I'll never forget, he comes running out with a frying pan. And that's all it was just food burning in the frying pan, causing that much smoke. Of course, we didn't have smoke detectors. We kind of had a slumlord who didn't care about that, and anyway, that house ended up catching on fire from an electrical issue after I'd long moved out. But the thing I want to tell you about this microwave that's just unbelievable is, so instead of the stovetop this one night, my mom just says she's going to reheat a steak. That's all. And she put it in the microwave. She turned on this jacked up microwave oven and then passed out. So the thing must have dinged. She didn't hear it, and she just kept sleeping away. Same scenario. The house just fills up with smoke, and the fire department comes and everything. And dude, let me tell you, that steak had been in the microwave so long that it was liquefied. It had turned into nothing but a bubbling black liquid. And it was on a china plate, and the china plate had busted. I mean, it had just gotten so hot. You cannot imagine the smell of liquefied meat. It was the most horrendous smell. And did we end up getting a new microwave? No. And that smell stayed in that microwave for the longest time. I mean, we tried every chemical we could trying to clean it out of there, but there was just that smell when you opened the microwave that was terrible. And I mean, as I tell this story, it seems ridiculous and it seems sad and everything, but all my buddies from high school and everything remember that, and it was just another day in the life of kind of thing. You remember that time James's mom turned a steak into tar, black bubbling liquid. I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know how we made it out of there alive sometimes. One more funny story, and then I got to let you go. Or no, I don't. It's not as late as I thought it was. But this one's way more humorous than that. My mom's last boyfriend, who, they never married, but they were together for over 20 years. His name was Keith, and my kids call him Keith Paul instead of Paul Paul. Well, Keith, I think he huffed too much gas when he was young or something, because heart of gold, hard worker, but he honestly he's just a one of a kind guy. And my mom's passed out. First off, I go visit my mom. I used to love to go visit my mom, after I moved out. And I came over one day, and she shows me her hair is blue on just one little strip of blue hair. And I'm like, what are you trying to do? Because my mom would try some goofy shit. She says, it's paint. Let me show you something. She took me into her bedroom, and Keith had decided to paint while my mom was asleep. And she said she woke up, and she couldn't get it. Her hair was stuck, and she kept pulling it, and it was stuck to the wall. Their bed was all the way against the wall, and he was damn determined to paint. He painted around my mom while she was sleeping against the wall and on the bed, and you could see her silhouette on the wall. I mean, it was like, we'll call it a nicotine coated white, from 3 feet down, and then there's my body, my mom's outline, perfect. You could see the head, neck, shoulder, side going down, her leg, everything. Keith he painted the whole room right around her as she was sleeping. It was, oh goddamn, it was hilarious. Excuse my language. I'm really sorry about that. I just, that man he's brought me so many chuckles in my life. I've seen him coming back from the pantry, was the name of the store at the time, on a 10-speed bicycle with a 5-gallon jug of kerosene, a case of beer, and a gallon of milk on this 10-speed with no basket. He came straight towards the house, down the hill, and never stopped. Slammed head first into the side of the house. The bike flipped up in the air, and he was knocked unconscious. And my mom just went out there and picked up the milk and the beer and took it in the house and waited on him to regain consciousness. I mean, it's just what a crazy life. But as I was talking, I see this super chat popped up. Nancy, thank you so much. Thank you. It says, what is going on with your YouTube situation? For example, hours of views, etc. Chris and I just did the math earlier, and thank you for asking about that. It looks like I need 333 more hours, so it can be done. It can be done. I feel really confident as long as I do my part, because you guys are definitely doing your part. I mean, did you see the amount of views I got for the drunk video? I was so surprised because all of my live stream videos had kind of been, like petering off a little bit, and that one got more views than the previous one, so that was a good sign. You guys really support me, and I just feel I don't feel worthy, but I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it. Everything you guys do for me. And Nancy, what you did is just awesome, and I can't thank you enough. Yes, give her a hand, Cameo. Nancy's trying to watch my stuff on 10 TVs to get me some views. Let's see here. What do we see? Her Monster Highness says, I think we need to sign James up for the Wine of the Month Club. Who's in? I'm down. I'm totally down. And you don't have to sign me up for it. I would be willing to do that on my own. I can go get a bottle of wine and talk and do you talk about the book, while I'm drinking. I don't know. I'll let you guys figure that out. I'm down. I'm totally down. And you know what else I'm down with that we don't talk about anymore? I'm totally down with Protocon. It doesn't get mentioned anymore. But I would love for us to have our own damn convention so that all of you guys, and then, the masses more that are on Smokescreen's channel could get together and hang out. And as it's been said before, we could have t-shirts made cheap that say Protocon 2018, whatever, 2019, whatever, but it'd be cool if it was this year. And do it at a local park, like a big family reunion. And I don't know. You guys mean a lot to me, and that would be so freaking cool. It could happen. Doc Holliday says, can we please get the tie-dye robe? Dude, I'm all about that. I am all about that. Let me talk to my daughter. Let's see what else. Celine says 55 likes and 61 watching. Now that's a good percentage right there. That is a really good percentage. But Alyssa Banks says, I've been moving across the country and getting settled in. I really need to catch up. That's cool. Are you going east to west or west to east? Cameo says, LOL James, you're wrong, right. I've heard that my whole damn life. So they'd call me James wrong or James left. It was always cool. And then the older women would say, yeah, when you start dating, the girl's parents can say that she found Mr. Right. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Kyle Dove says, at ProtoCon, you need to dress as a Game of Thrones character, Arya, maybe. Could you see me dressing as Arya? Here's what I'll do. I'll dress as this fat dude that wears tie-dye a lot named Dust that Arya killed and is wearing his face. I'll dress as that dude. Celine says a woman has a tie-dye dress from the 1970s. That would be really cool. Her Monster Highness says, I'll sew the scarves if Brooklyn wants to dye them. Super easy, huge profit for margin. You're right. That is really cool. I wonder if ladies would like. I guess you wouldn't be bringing it up if they didn't or wouldn't. If ladies would like tie-dyed scarves, man, I think that's a great idea. Hoonjive, good, worked late and got baby to bed late, but I'm here now with everyone. Hoonjive, my man, welcome as always. Hoonjive, for you guys that don't know it, man, he's my first ever patron on Patreon. He's Hoonjive, he's a cool cat. Let's see. What do we got? Love a tie-dye tank top. Fractured Empiricist says, I love a tie-dye tank top. Hey, man, I tie-dyed a wife beater tank top, and it looks really cool. Really, really cool. Fractured Empiricist t-shirts give me the uber boob. That's awesome. But, yeah, man, like I told y'all, I fought in that Tough Man contest in the tie-dyed tank top. I love tie-dyed tank tops. Well, damn, Hoonjive says my wife will buy a scarf. Look at there, her Monster Highness. I think you're onto something. Amanda Duncan, tie-dyed anything is great. That's cool. That is really cool. Maybe hell, if we have a ProtoCon, I'll have a tie-dye station set up to where, because that's pretty much what we have here. I have this cool rack with all the dyes and everything in it, and bring that there, and everybody can pick their own damn dyes, and we can dye our own stuff. That'd be so cool. Doc, you're wrong, man. You are so wrong. James, I'm having an area working shirt made. You should get it soon. If you're serious, dude, I cannot wait to get that damn thing. What do you think about area warging? That's classic. That is classic. There's something that makes me believe you, Doc. Nothing would surprise me from you, man. That's awesome, and you will see it as soon as I get it. If you're serious, I'll be wearing it in the next video. Cameo says she likes the one that I have on, like an upside down peace sign. Man. Doc says serious as a heart attack. That's cool. Will, what's up, man? Thank you so much, brother. Says, hey, James, I'm in your neck of the woods for work. Invite me over to join the smokescreen chat. So you travel for work and you happen to be in North Kakalaki? That's cool, man. Hell, dustonTheThrone@gmail.com, man. Hit me up on there. You never know. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat or something. Let's see. See, everybody's got these plans for ProtoCon. I'm telling you, this could happen. This could happen. Let's see. Legal Jedi Dust, get the Streamlabs donation link going. You know, I've thought about that. Yeah, and not to blow that off because that's super important, but Ever Curious says take a group photo after. Absolutely. Already pictured it. We'd all be in our t-shirts or whatever the heck, you know, covered in paint, however this thing would turn out, but we would have to get a group picture taken, and that would be really cool. But yeah, Legal Jedi, as far as Streamlabs, if my boss is serious and he's going to start giving me time off so I can learn a lot of the, you know, the things that make all this work for me, that Chris, you know, he needs time to show me. If my boss is serious, then yeah, I definitely will get that going on, and I will definitely, I'll get, cause see what I need to do is on my Patreon, I've been asked to set up, you know, the different levels and set up my goals and things like that. But I haven't had time, and I really need to do that because I want to give back to my patrons. There's these things like I make necklaces and things, and I know probably you guys would never wear them, but I love to make them, and I would like to give some of my patrons, you know, necklaces. I string every bead myself, you know, to be personal. It'd be a personal gift. So anyway, let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. To Nine Inch Nails Polite, and to add to Hunjab's question, how many more hours do you need for YouTube? I think, like I was saying earlier, I think I'm at about the 330, 340 hour range. It's very attainable, very, very attainable, especially, you know, with you guys. I mean, man, never cease to amaze me. That's why when you saw I got the alcohol in me, I was like, are we really friends? Carol Brown. Carol Brown was with me, and I'm gonna get off of here on this, but Carol Brown was with me at Con of Thrones when one of the coolest moments of my life happened. And this is a true story, and she can back me up on this. I'm just at the time, I'm literally just Chris's sidekick, right? I might have just created my channel right before Con, and so I go there, and I was kind of surprised, you know, by the number of people who recognized me. But there was, you know, Chris had a lot of panels to do, so I was down at the booth and talking to people and everything, and I never ever got to see a panel, and I wanted to go see a panel. So Carol and I, we go walking because by this time she had the whole place mapped out. She was like a little human GPS for this huge convention center. And excuse me, I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, in this one room at the end, they were having this huge trivia competition. And listen, you know, I didn't belong in that. I was so new to the game, and still don't think I belong in a Game of Thrones trivia contest. But it was a team trivia, and honestly, anybody who, how do you put that? Anybody who was anybody in this world, in the YouTuber Game of Thrones world, were in there, and they were in teams and everything. And so I just wanted to peek my head in the door, and I walked right through that door, and I'm telling you, people jumped up out of their chairs from across the room and yelled, "James, what's going on?" You know, and multiple people, Carol, and you know I'm not lying. I mean, it was just awesome because I was in awe of all the people who were there, you know, that make YouTube videos or whatever, and here just little old me, I walk in the room and it was crazy. It was crazy. I felt so flattered, and this lady um, was dressed like the Night's Queen. Um, Came running over through this crowded room and asked if she could get a picture with me, and said she was geeking out and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, that was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Um, was that feeling, knowing that I don't know, it would be what would it be like? A backup quarterback going into a room at the Pro Bowl and everybody yelling his name in front of all these other people. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy, but that's what it was like. It was unbelievable cool for me. Not that it made my head swell, it made my heart, you know. I loved it. That was such a cool moment, and I'm glad Carol was there to witness it with me. It was really cool. Chris said, and we won the trivia. Yes, they did, because it was team trivia, and it was really rocking. Um, let's see, it's 10:25. I'm gonna have to get out of here on that story, but listen, I'll tell you what. Thanks for hanging out with me. Looks like there's 73 of you. I'm going to jump off here so Chris can get everything lined up for our live stream coming up here in just a couple minutes. I did not realize I went this long, but thank you again for everything. And like I showed you in the beginning, if you're late, I am now on book 2. My boss has promised to give me time off to make videos, so we'll see how that goes. And until next time, man, love you all. Valar Tadias. And here we go again.